We can get them to sing a little bit later on
Maybe.
in this half hour. We got Jenny, Mindy, Tracy, Emily, and Gary. So if your name doesn't end in a Y,
That's right.
you're out of here. Forget that.
And Lenny.
You got to get you a little
No.
closer. There we go.
Lenny Y might be listening, Gary. I know he's a big fan of yours.
That's
and Lenny was disappointed he couldn't join us. So for the viewers that are going to watch this on live later on YouTube, right? Or
Yes,
Facebook? Yeah.
yes.
That Lenny and I made a caricature and we signed it for you, Gary. It's Lenny for those viewers, Lenny and Jenny. And guess what? We both think, Gary, you're awesome.
Well, very good.
I
Thank
know.
you so much.
You're welcome.
So we're going to start. We're going to go right down the line. We'll start with you. You are the president.
I am.
How'd that come about?
What were they thinking, Gary? I started the bank about 32 years ago, Gary, and I'm just very humbled to be the first female president. I'm actually number 14 in the 160 years we've been in business. I started the audit department for Clinton National Bank, and I was very honored to be hired to serve the first audit and head up that department. After a while, I moved more into the operations side. I talked to Mr. Holleran, Mr. Gert, Mr. Fullerton, Mr. Stacker, and said, you know, I love auditing, but I'd like to do more for the bank. So then in 2017, I was promoted to co-president for a period of time with Steve Thacker, who then has since retired. So now I serve it solely. But I brought an awesome team with me, Gary.
You certainly have.
Yes.
Let's find out more about them.
Yep.
And you are?
I'm Tracy Reynolds.
Okay.
So I started my banking career in 1998 in Baldwin, Wisconsin, and I worked there for 10 years. And then my husband and I moved down here, and because of Mary Swanson, got me connected with Kathy Klon, and I started at the bank in 2008, and I've just worked there ever since. I'm the customer service manager, work a lot with fraud and helping our customers with their deposits.
So are you from Baldwin, Wisconsin?
No, I'm actually from Mankato, Minnesota. So
Okay.
with my husband's job, we've moved around a little bit.
All right, very good. So up next is Mindy.
Mindy Burgraff, yes. I started my banking career in 2000. I always tell people I started 5 days after my 21st birthday, and from there I grew up in banking, community banking, so to speak. So I worked at my first institution in Clinton County for 17 years, and then in 2017 I came to Clinton National Bank, but I've lived in Fulton my whole life. So native to the community and love being back home in my home community here. So I head up our real estate department since Kathy Klon retired in 2021. And I'm a part of our Fulton City Council, and I serve on the ambassador team for Grow Clinton here, as well as a strategic partner to their board. So kind of a full circle to where I live and where I work, and get to be involved in the community that way. So, and I love to place people in their homes in our communody. So
All
that's
right.
my gig.
Let's slide it on down to the youngster.
Yeah, I haven't
Oh, what gave it away?
my biography's not quite as long, so yeah, I graduated from St. Ambrose. I started at the bank about 2 years ago full time. I interned there my last year and a half of school, but I'm in marketing, so I replaced Larry Mangler. She just retired in December, so I've been by myself for 3 months, almost 4, or going into my 4th month. I probably text her twice a week, twice a day, maybe.
She loves that.
But you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you.
You wrote a great commercial.
Oh,
Yeah, oh,
I can't take credit for it. I didn't write it, but
Well, no, we definitely you were definitely giving them ideas.
yeah, we orchestrated. That sounds
Yes.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah, we orchestrated it.
And yes.
So it wasn't AI.
No. The day I need to use AI to do my job, then I need to be replaced.
No.
But
Okay, let's go back to you again as I follow my formatted sheet here.
okay, all right. You know, I'm adaptable and flexible. You can.
No,
can
what-
you don't have to stay in your lane here.
Well, I won't. Don't worry about that. We'll move around a little bit. So talk about the highlights. 160 years.
I know, isn't that amazing?
It is.
And the fact is, it's just interesting to think that 3 lumber barons started our bank, and you might say, "Wow, you know, is that what you know?" He was an Irish immigrant, W.J. Young. He's one of the talking heads at the Sawmill Museum. To give them a little shout out. And no, they had all this money they were making in the lumber mill. He had the patent to bring the lumber down from up north. And so it was basically they needed a place to put their money. And so that, you know, we were instrumental in the rail bridge, you know, very much in the rail yard. And there's other entities too, and of course the Clinton Herald. And so just to put it in perspective for people, I think they think, well, they just came over and started a bank. No, they were lumber barons. And so they applied for a charter in 1864 for the U.S. Treasury, and they got accepted a year later. And a year later, when the paper that we founded and started, W.J. Young, it wasn't on the upper fold of the weekly paper that we own, because on April of 1865, what happened, Gary? You know, I know. The Civil War came to the end, and it was actually, the paper came out April 14th, and Abraham Lincoln was assassinated,
Oh, okay,
unfortunately.
okay.
But just to put it in history perspective for people, I think some,
You caught me off guard.
oh, did I should have put that in the email, huh? But anyway.
I didn't know you were going to ask me a question.
Oh, don't I get to ask questions?
Well, yeah, go ahead.
But,
Make them easy. Make them easy,
okay.
though.
But anyway, just to put it in perspective to everybody. So, you know, and when we started, the lumber barons had in their notes, they want to run a safe, sound, secure bank. And that's what our tagline still is to today.
Answer, yeah.
Yeah, and so in our 150th anniversary, the currency, Thomas Curry, the comptroller, wrote me a letter congratulating us, and they pulled out all examination papers, and they said, you know, back in 1865 in October when we were there, these three men that started the bank, we didn't know if they really knew what they were doing. They started with $60,000. But you know what? Safe, sound, and secure, we think it's in good hands. And I think, was that true or not? So here we are, pushing almost 425 million in assets, and we've grown to almost 90 employees. Some are part-time. So I just think it's cool if the audience, you know, kind of puts it in perspective how long we've been around.
That is great. You have done your homework. That is amazing.
I know this, but I know that you know, it's on the radio, but the viewers, so Carrie, I did bring for show and tell.
Okay.
Up until 1935, we printed our own money at the bank, and so they were sheets and you would cut them. And so what that means, viewers, you know, our bills actually said, I didn't bring the real expensive money, the ones that are 1865. I brought some that I've bought 1885, 1905, but as you can see, you'll see some of the money and how the bills have changed over time. But you can see the 994, that is our charter number. It's the second oldest charter number in the state of Iowa. And so you can also see how it says Clinton National Bank. And then do you see how, you know, it was signed by W.J. Young Jr. and then Derflinger. So can you picture coming into the bank going, I need to talk to Jenny. Well, she's in the vault signing notes. We're literally printing the money, signing them, and cutting them.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
And now, and they're various sizes.
Well, it's over time. So the years, like this one's 1902, and see, they're newer ones as they get smaller. And that's another W. Like this one's 1885.
So this is about the size of what the bills are now,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is back when we would have been cutting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That is incredible.
well, anyway, hopefully the viewers who watch online can appreciate some of the history as much as we do.
Oh, yeah. That is great. So what happened in April 1865? I missed out. You.
Oh, April. Okay. Civil War came to an
Oh,
end.
okay.
And then Abraham Lincoln was unfortunately
Okay.
assassinated.
Okay, very
And that's
good.
when we got our bank charter.
Okay, Mindy, we're going to, no, Tracy, come on over here. Senior Vice President, Retail Banking Manager, talk about the highlights. The Spirit Card.
The Spirit cards,
Yes.
yeah, we've been going pretty good with the Spirit cards. I have 1,000, I think we have probably 1,000 cards out there right now with the different various school districts. And it's interesting every month when we do the numbers to see the schools, like, which, you know, Clinton does have the most cards, but then Northeast and Comanche, like, they're super close on their numbers, and then East and Valley's right up there with customers really wanting those Spirit cards.
How did this idea come about, and how does it benefit the schools?
So the marketing team came up with the idea. I believe it was Tony, our CFO, that came up with the idea, and we just kind of built the program from there. And every quarter, we give a portion of interchange income back to the school districts. So when you use your debit card, every transaction, the bank earns a fraction of that interchange income that the credit card companies earn. And so part of that we're giving back to the schools quarterly.
Okay. We have to take a break for the weather, but we've got much more to talk about here on Ladies' Day. Our weather brought to you by Awesome Car Wash.
Your Friday is going to be a day worth getting outside for. Soak up the sunshine, the really warm temperatures. There will be gusty winds and high fire danger, so no outdoor burning today. We'll see temperatures soar into the mid to upper 60s. For tonight, mostly clear. Temperatures will return to the 20s. With your Storm Track 8 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Andrew Stutzky.
Right now we have sunshine, west winds near 20 miles an hour, and currently 68 degrees outdoors. Our weather brought to you by Awesome Car Wash.
Introducing the ultimate car care experience, Awesome Car Wash. Your touchless automatic car wash open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Say goodbye to dirt and grime. Their state-of-the-art system provides a touchless wash that's gentle yet effective. Include a ceramic sealant coating for long-lasting protection that keeps your vehicle looking awesome longer. Conveniently located across from Purina on Manufacturing Drive in Clinton, Awesome Car Wash. Drive in today and experience the difference.
Ladies' Day, and we're with Clinton National Bank. We've talked to Jenny. We learned a lot from Jenny. Thank you. Thank you.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot with the question.
Oh, that's okay. And we've talked to Tracy. Now it's down to Mindy.
All right.
And Mindy, let's see, you are the new marketing No,
No,
mortgage and home equity.
Yes, that's my wheelhouse.
So what's HELOC?
Home equity lines of credit.
Okay.
So we had the adventure of, when I first came to Clinton National Bank, we didn't have our home equity loans and our real estate purchase loans in the same department. So within the last year, we've combined that so that our lenders can kind of be a one-stop shop as they work with their customers on the different needs that they might have that their home can secure. So that's something that we kind of worked on. We added in a new software that we've been using and just kind of made our lender portfolio a little more cohesive there for the people that were looking for real estate needs.
Do you get a lot of people doing online applications?
We do. We love our online application because our business hours are our business hours, but it doesn't mean that people aren't interested in still getting pre-approved when they're out looking at homes on the weekend or on the evenings. So it gives them the opportunity to hop on our website or on their phone and they can go through their mobile app and apply online, and it will give them approval right there if they get approved. If they hit something that maybe doesn't offer them an immediate approval, basically a lender will call them the next day. So it's been an awesome service for us to be able to offer our borrowers and kind of gives them a head start on the process.
What kind of lending programs do you offer there?
Oh, we offer lots of different lending programs. Right now we're working with a grant that's about to refill here in April. It's through the FHLB bank. It's Home Start is what the name of the program is, but basically it helps first-time home buyers. They get up to $15,000 towards down payment and closing costs, which is quite a leg up for them as long as they're income eligible. It's based on the number of people that live in the home, that kind of thing. So that's one of my favorite things to do is to get first-time home buyers into their houses.
I was just going to ask you, what's the most satisfying thing?
Yeah, like I said, I'm community-oriented, and I just loved helping people get into our community and lay roots, right? So getting into their home helps them to do that. But the first-time home buyers are unique because they've never been through this process before.
Yeah.
They don't understand all the ins and outs of it, so we really want to partner with them from that first home to their last home.
I bet you they really appreciate that when you're able to walk them through the process.
Sure. And I always say I'm kind of detail-oriented, so I always tell people, tell me if I'm over-explaining this to you, but I want to make sure you understand what you're getting into because it's probably the largest purchase that most people make.
For sure.
So.
Okay, now it's down to Emily.
Yeah.
So
Last for last.
new marketing campaign. Talk about your responsibilities. You work with various media channels.
Yeah. So we, in the past, I don't know how many years exactly, but we've always worked with On Media, which is MediaCom. They've done a great job for us. This year we decided to also add on a partner with KWQC and Gray Media. So we just filmed a huge commercial. It's a big production. I'm not sure it's aired yet, but it'll be out in the next week or so. That was super exciting. So that's kind of one of my first big projects, being on my own. So our campaign for 2026, it's called Your Partner for Every Chapter. We just thought that was a good tagline coming out of our 160-year anniversary. So it describes that we've been here a long time, but we're obviously ready to help anyone of any kind at any milestone every step of the way. So.
And events, you're involved with events?
Yes. That's the fun part, usually. I nag all of our employees to volunteer. I'm joking. That's something that's fun for my job. I think Music on the Avenue is already going to be right around the corner. That's probably ties up a lot of everybody's time in the community, but I kind of wrangle stuff like that where I make sure there's people there every night. It's not always me, but a lot of people have started to take me as the 50-50 seller. They actually, I think that they think that's my job. But I am employed at Clinton National Bank. So right now it's a little bit of a downtime. I've been doing back end stuff like the annual report. So that's kind of another thing that falls under the duties. But once the weather gets nicer, all those summer events pick up.
And
Parades.
First one, May
yes,
1st.
yes.
And I think to give a shout out to Paul Banker, her dad, who's helped with 2 floats so far.
Yeah, so my dad being in his line of work, he's gotten dragged into, I think we might give him a little title at the bank, the float builder, something along those, something more official maybe, but
Maybe
no,
chief
it's fun.
float builder, like.
Yeah, but it is fun because he
CFP.
kind of gets to be a little creative, and maybe we get to spend a little bit more time together doing that too. So yeah,
So you're involved with the trips too?
a little bit. During my first year full time, I've asked Loree to stay on partially, so she's still in and out of the bank doing prime time. We just announced our primetime cruise this year is going to be to Alaska, so that's exciting. It's in August 14th, I think they leave. I went on my first primetime trip last year. I thought, maybe I'm not quite ready to do all that by myself yet. So Loree has always done a wonderful job with her husband, Mark, so they're going to continue to do it this year.
So where'd you go?
We went to Canada,
Oh.
a Canadian cruise. I took
Okay.
my mother as well, so that was fun.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be.
I still need my mommy sometimes.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Hey, you picked out a song,
I did. Is
and
that okay?
it's great.
Yeah, I didn't know if anybody else played that one.
Not yet.
So
Introduce it.
Is it a commercial break or?
No, it's your song. We're gonna play your
I
song
feel like a woman.
now, and they're all last name ends with a Y or first name. First name.
First name, yeah.
Not their last name. I don't think any of their last names end in a Y.
No.
Jenny Boyson, we're going to wrap it up with you, president of Clinton National Bank, your partner for every chapter.
Absolutely, you nailed it. You'll be seeing that commercial come out. And part of how we came up with this, working with Gray Media and KWQC TV, it's 160 years. How do we continue and go forward? So I'm super excited with the future and with Emily and the marketing team as we go forward. I think we have a very bright future. We're still keeping all our same core values, Gary. And the core values, the very first one is obviously we want to run a safe, sound, and secure institution. We want to treat people with honesty, integrity, kind of back to the old golden rule when you were in kindergarten, treat people like you want to be treated. We're very much involved in the community, and that's obviously with a lot with Emily's charged with, and when she says wrangle or nagging people, but yeah, to get people there and support our community. And then obviously, with the positive work environment, making sure we have fun at the bank, even though there's a lot of serious work that goes on, especially behind the scenes. And one thing with Lenny, that is part of with him doing business development on a part-time basis, he's very positive for the culture. He comes in every day, smiles, does nice little things for the staff besides all the customers, and then obviously, Kathy Klon is still staying on part-time, doing a few little bit of real estate, but otherwise doing some business development all. I mean, she's an Energizer bunny. I've been told I'm an Energizer bunny, but I don't know. I don't know when I'm her age if I'll still have that much energy. Somebody made a comment on the board meeting, said, I think Jenny trained the Energizer bunny. So maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But as we look forward, we're really looking forward to the future.
And you wanted to mention a couple of gentlemen.
Yes, we have 3 people who just had 50 years in banking over the last 2 years. The first one was Lynn Chamble. She started in 1969. She still works part-time doing AP, accounts payable, on Monday and Thursdays, twice a week, and she's very loyal, and she's now up to almost probably pushing late 50s years in banking. And then last year, I had the honor to nominate 2 people, Tom Fullerton and Kathy Klon, and both went out to Iowa Bankers recognized for 50 years in banking. And I got to tell you, at the Iowa Bankers in Des Moines, people were in awe that we had that many people with that longevity. But it really comes down to the culture. And so the other thing that I think really is good for our culture, we try to do things camaraderie, but we also, with Nolan, is he works for us on a part-time basis. He's a supportive employee through Skyline. He's been just about 1 year, and he helps with scanning and different projects. And I can tell you, he says hello to every one of us. He knows all our names, and so it's just a joy to have him on the team.
And it's been a joy to have the four of you in studio with us today. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Gary, and thank you for your 50 years.
Well, thank you.
You bet.
And now from the KROS Newsroom, here is Sydney Ellen.
Iowans who are vacationing in some areas of Mexico are being told to stay indoors due to drug cartel-related violence, while many flights to and from Mexico are being canceled or rescheduled. AAA spokesman Brian Ortner says if you have spring break plans to travel to Mexico soon, those plans could be in jeopardy.
Check in with your travel agent if you have one. Check in with your airline, your hotel, your cruise line, and confirm the status of your trip. They're going to be the first ones to know where things sit right now and how they're able to handle the situations of where your destination may be. If you're going on the cruise, itineraries may change at the last minute, so it's important to remain flexible.
A Mexican cartel boss was killed on Sunday during a gun battle with Mexican military, and cartel members responded by sealing off roads and setting vehicles ablaze in several states. Ortner can't guess how long the unrest may last, and he advises Iowa travelers to stay in the loop.
With the uncertainty and unrest that we're seeing in certain areas, preparation is going to be best. And if you are on the fence, obviously, again, safety is most